against the killing.
We are here today to commemorate the 116th International Working Women's Day. This is our Can We Live 10-point program of action, what we are united up under as a coalition. 1, healthy foods for our communities. 2, jobs, not jails. 3, healthcare for all. 4, free quality education. 5, housing is a human right. 6, clean environment. 7, legalization, not deportation. 8, end domestic and state violence. 9, oppose imperialist war. And 10, full rights for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer people.
In the United States, within the belly of the beast, the Black Lives Matter movement with women at the forefront has rocked the bastions of systematic racism and modern slavery, challenging police brutality, militarization of neighborhoods, and oppression of people of color. And we stand in solidarity with this very important movement. I'm a presidential candidate of Workers' World Party, and I want to say that I'm no Hillary Clinton. In fact, we are against these elections. We feel that you cannot vote away racism, you can't vote away sexism, you can't vote away war and occupation, you can't vote away any of the issues of repression and oppression in this country. So we stand in solidarity in terms of the Black Lives Matter movement. We're for abolishing capitalism. We're for stopping the deportations and police brutality, and we are for fighting for revolutionary socialism in this country.
I was terminated last spring for allowing my students to write get well letters to Mumia Abu Jamal. I was fired for allowing my students to show compassion and love for a fellow human being who is incarcerated.
That ain't right. No.
But let's please recognize that I am in a great tradition, because during apartheid in South Africa, there were a group of teachers who allowed their students to write to Nelson Mandela. They were also reprimanded. And we know that Nelson Mandela later became president. The state of education is in a crisis today. We all know that Black and brown, especially poor communities, have historically and globally always been the target for public disinvestment.
That's right.
And our schools are becoming the main avenue of disinvestment for our communities.
Yes.
Public schools are being sold to the market through the privatization of public schools.
And it must stop.
It must stop. We have charter schools popping up on every corner of every street of our neighborhood.
Enough.
They continue to force our students to measure up to racially and culturally biased tests that we know were never created for them to be successful in the first place. They continue to filter out our students out of school and into prisons. We know that the school to prison pipeline does disproportionately affect Black and brown youth, but it does not only affect Black and brown boys. It definitely affects Black and brown girls as well. We can look at the Spring Valley High School case in South Carolina, where the young Black girl was swung out of her classroom desk by a school safety officer. We need to address these issues, and I encourage all of you to take a look at Kimberly Crenshaw's Black Girls Matter report to see the disproportionate suspension and expulsion of our Black and brown girls.
My sister Sylvia will never get to hold nor see her son again. She wants Peter Leanne to be held accountable for murdering her son. All cops, all law enforcement officers must be held accountable for taking an innocent life. Akai Gurley's murder was not an accident. Genocide is not an accident. A lot of us look at genocide as a big thing happening at one time, but when you look at the statistics, you're going to see that Black, Latino, Asian lives, people of color lives are being taken every 28 minutes. Our lives, all lives matter. But Black lives has been genocided more than other lives. This system is corrupted. Yes, it is. This system is full of racism. Yes. And this system has to to be dismantled. We do not want no military cops coming in. We don't want NYPD coming in, because I'm gonna tell you guys, and I'm gonna say right in front here now, if I have an emergency in my house, I refuse to call any officers in my house. Why? Because they're racist, they're corrupted, they're criminals. They make the situation worse. They let the situation escalate. And once they are finished, 9 times out of 10, there's a murder on the hands of an individual, of that officer, whether it's a rookie or a seasoned officer. My nephew, my loved ones, my son's, my daughter's life are precious. It might not be precious to them, but it's precious to myself. All lives will matter when Black lives matter. All lives will matter when Black lives matter.
All lives matter when Black lives matter. All lives matter when Black lives matter.
I grew up here, not too far from here. This shit right here was all burnt down. Frederick Douglass, burnt down. It wasn't even called Frederick Douglass then. The landlords burned down buildings, abandoned buildings, wouldn't pay their taxes, and the city held on to that for decades. And when they decided to let it go, they already had their plan in place. They were going to let it go, and you were going too, because they didn't want you up here. So now you go into places that people look like you like you're an alien, that you invaded. They changed the names to Soha down there because they don't want it to really be Harlem. There you go. So we have to, first of all, my view is that if there are buildings that are luxury buildings and they have units that are vacant, then the people who don't have homes need to live in them. That's right. If you pay $3,000 a day to shelter somebody, I could live in Trump Towers for them and have 2 or 3 other houses. All right. So that's insanity, but it's not insane to the very wealthy. There you go. And as was said earlier, Clinton does not represent anybody standing here, and any poor person in this community, and any working class person of color, any working class white person, Asian, Latino, she does not and cannot represent us. I don't care if she is a woman. She ain't the class that I am. She's not the class that you are. So let's not get it twisted.
We are the winners.
Mighty, mighty women, fighting for
justice, fighting for justice,
and our liberation,
and our liberation. I wanna know who we are,
so we tell them,
we
are the students,
we are the students.
And let me tell you, this racist society has made sure during my era, we didn't get to schools. Our children are not getting educated, miseducated. So therefore they fill up the jail.
I am an immigrant woman and mother of 2 kids. Today, we are celebrating our victories. Every single day in the struggle is our day. I want to take this opportunity to thanks to our ancestors, to all the women that have fought for our rights, because every revolutionary battle has improved our conditions. We need to keep fighting against the oppression and the capitalist system. The only way that we can win this fight is together in solidarity, as the unity that showed the Atlanta washerwomen in 1881, where black and white women came together against slavery, wage theft, and inequality. As a result of their strength, they won salaries increased, but the most important part, freedom, identity, and respect. The proletarian woman is the liberation. Ain't that the damn truth? Woo! Victory for the working class, victory for every single woman that carries her struggle and supports others, victory for broad kitchen workers, B&H workers, victory to our LGBTQ community, Victory to the immigrants, victory to the people of Flint. Unity, strength, and solidarity. Congratulations to all you sisters.
We stand. We're doing this for Sandra Bland. We stand. We're doing this for Sandra Bland.
HRA is spending over $3,500 a month for me and my husband to be in a room with 4 walls and 2 windows. We have no bathroom, we have no kitchen. I would like to see the funding to be reallocated from the shelter system to give us decent, affordable housing.
We don't need the type of feminism that tells us to become CEOs, which only feminizes the